Good afternoon. Michael Mazarang here again, and today we're going out into the field to do some inspections on some of our existing accounts that are either in production or have been recently completed. I hope you'll enjoy it today. Come on along. Good afternoon. Michael Mazarang here again, and today I'm with one of our existing customers to look over one of our installations today. This house is in Harrisburg in Cabarrus County, and this customer had kind of a unique ball of problems that we had to deal with to develop this protocol. This particular protocol does have a combination of moisture control as well as foundation drainage that we addressed during our mobilization. You can see in here, this is what's called an Atmox system. This is the Atmox controller, and the Atmox controller controls the entire system, shows the condition of the fans, the dehumidifier, relative humidity, dew point, temperature, inside and out, just about any bit of scientific information you would need here to see is shown on this controller, and it operates the entire system. We also had some significant foundation drainage problems on this house. As you can see here, we do have some below grade vent wells, which create certain challenges as far as trying to keep water out of this addition section. And you can see where the guys put some pea gravel in the base of these wells during the mobilization. But the biggest part of our contribution to the drainage on this house was to repair the footing drain, and also we installed this retaining wall system and put a, how do you want to say, a labyrinth of foundation drain tiles here that feed into the foundation drain to address this low spot here where the crawl space door is and where the HVAC equipment is. So what we did is we turned this into a huge drainage field. There are several feet or several inches of gravel here, followed by some drain tiles, 4-inch drain tiles wrapped in a sock that are on the perimeter, and all that's tied in to the foundation drain that's on the house. Also, inside the crawl space, we installed some additional drain tiles, which I'll show here in a minute, but just wanted to walk around the rest of the house. The moisture control program is called an Atmox system, so all of the unused vents that you'll see here are blocked from the inside so that no moisture can penetrate into that environment. Air exchange is kept to a minimal, and the way the Atmox system works is we selectively bring air into the structure. In this case, we're facing the house from the right side. This is where our intake fans are, and you can see here, this is the only point on the house, this location and this location, where air can be used to bring the moisture levels down in the crawl space, and that's done on a factor of dew point. The Atmox system has a sensor package which basically calculates the dew point under the house and outside the house at all times, and then it regulates when we do or do not exchange with the outside air. Okay, here we are at the crawl space entrance, and we're going to climb in here and look at a few features of the Atmox system. Right here near the crawl space door, we have what's called a dead corner fan. A dead corner fan helps to move the air from one side of the crawl space to the other. So it's important to know that whether you have a dehumidifier or intake fans in an Atmox system, once you bring the air into the structure, you need to move it to the other side of the crawl space. Now, this particular crawl space has 2 compartments, which really created the need for an Atmox program so that we could take conditioned air from this crawl space and pipe it into the other crawl space, which I'll show here in a minute. This crawl space is equipped with a Santa Fe Compact 2 dehumidifier, which is an excellent dehumidifier for our purposes. Notice it's not running right now. And the reason why it's not running is because we are able to run on the outside air. When the dew point is lower outside than it is under the house, we can rely on the outside air as opposed to having to run this dehumidifier all the time, extending its lifetime, hopefully by many, many years. You can see here the liner install. Actually, another company did the majority of this liner install, and when we came in and kind of spruced things up a little bit, as well as they also sealed the vents prior to us getting here. A few of the vents we needed to kind of spruce up a little bit with foam and so forth to get things completely closed. But here we have, as we saw on the outside, this is a triple intake Atmox fan, and we have this location here and this location here, and this is bringing in air from the outside into the environment. This is the only place on the house where we're engaging the outside air. In the other crawl space, which is on the left rear section of the house, is where we have our exhaust fans, and they're actually in those vent wells that I showed you earlier in the introduction. As you can see, the insulation is in pretty good shape on this house. And what we'll do today too, just to show you, the majority of the service is run on the outside air, and I've got a Delmhorn BD10 moisture reader here, and you can see here wood moisture is perfect at 12%. A wood moisture reading, of course, is the most accurate way to show the health of a floor system. Some companies use relative humidity as that primary indicator, but relative humidity can swing in either direction, and it might take weeks to affect a wood moisture content. So we know we have 12% here in the main crawl space. And as I mentioned, this system is unique because the other contractor had put 2 dehumidifiers under this house to condition each compartment. Well, we were able to eliminate one of those dehumidifiers by putting in a duct kit with a pipe fan. As you can see here, this dead corner fan, which I can swivel in any direction I want, is pushing air to this dead corner area behind the garage wall, and this pipe fan here is pushing air through this 8-inch duct kit that's about 25 feet long through that hole in the foundation wall, and that conditions the other crawl space. So we're able to utilize the good air that's in this crawl space and put it in the other crawl space and eliminate the need for that second dehumidifier. Not to mention the power to run it, and just another piece of equipment that can certainly go bad. So as you can see here, the Atmox system does work as a series of fans connected on this low voltage. This low voltage wiring is what's used to power these fans. I can run up to 12 fans on one outlet, and certainly this crawl space required, I believe, 9 fans is what we did for this crawl space. A hybrid system, certainly, as some companies like to do a completely sealed system. We're able to utilize the outside air as well to not only run the system cheaply with pennies on the dollar, as far as the low voltage wiring that fires the fans, you're talking about 1/12 of the energy consumption, which is really a big advantage to be able to do. So you can see here some more of the vents that were blocked off, and the overall condition of the crawl space is excellent today. So I'm really pleased with how the system has responded. This install has been in place for about two weeks or so, and then I want to go over next. I'm going to go to the other crawl space, which will show the pipe fan as well, coming in from this side of the crawl space. As you'll see, this crawl space is certainly a much tighter crawl space. So we had to deploy a couple of fans in this crawl space, as well as deploying a 4-inch pipe and gravel foundation drainage system, which is the pipe is wrapped with a geotextile stock. We've wrapped 3/4 of this crawl space with drainage. As you can see, it's a little wet along this wall, where the customer had active water coming into the crawl space environment. You can see this insulation has been replaced recently, as there was some heavy tagging in this crawl space. And then you can see the ductwork is laying pretty well on the ground. You can see here duct kit, so you can feel the conditioned air coming through this duct kit, and this is coming from the other crawl space. We also have a dead corner fan here and over in the corner to move this conditioned air to the corner. And our sump pump is located in the left rear corner of the crawl space, and that completely resolves our foundation drainage issue, and as well as getting our both crawl spaces and environments down to the 12% wood moisture, which is really the ideal range, 12 to 14%, being where you want it to be. That is you'll see there, up on that joist, that is the interior sensor, which we put in the most troublesome spot to get a true reading, and that's what's feeding the data back to the Atmox controller to let us know the conditions here. But all in all, I'm very pleased with how the system is performing. It's been a pretty hot day for most of the day today, so not as much time for air exchange here on a hot day, but in a couple days it's supposed to be much cooler here in North Carolina, and we'll be able to use a lot more of the outside air. So hopefully, I appreciate you coming in here with me, and hope you learned something about foundation drainage, the importance of foundation drainage, keeping the water out of the structure, and sometimes you do have to use these drain systems, and then of course the wonderful abundance of outside air that can be used to help control moisture and get better air exchange. And of course, if you have any questions about vapor barriers, moisture control programs, insulation, Atmox controlled ventilation systems, encapsulations, basic humidity controlled spaces, any questions of that nature, feel free to to reach out to me at the number at the bottom of your screen, or you can reach me at the website here at the bottom of the screen. But we look forward to talking to you more about crawl space science, and look forward to having that discussion with you. Again, appreciate you visiting with us today, and hope you've learned a little bit about crawl space inspections and crawl space type protocols that are done around the Charlotte market. And again, we appreciate this customer letting us take this video today of an active system in progress. We're off to the next inspection.